Have you enjoyed seeing the Saints rookies take the field in minicamp? If so, like this video. We're going to be talking about, on this video, the winners and losers of rookie minicamp. Trace Gerard going to join us shortly here on Saints Now. Welcome into Saints Now. I am Will Scott, breaking down the rookie winners and losers from minicamp, and there's certainly some interesting storylines that have emerged from rookie minicamp. Obviously, a very exciting draft class, and it wasn't just the draft class that was participating in this minicamp. 66 total participants, 25 either draft picks or undrafted free agents. Other 41 were tryout players that were brought in, a chance to try out for the team, see what they can do. Now, Alante Taylor, second-round pick out of Tennessee, a defensive back, the only rookie left to sign before the start of minicamp. And Trace, my guy, Trace Gerard, producer here, the resident Saints fan here at Chat Sports, going to tell you why you should subscribe to Saints Now.
Guys, please subscribe to Saints Now. Like I said, we were only like, 200-300 away last time I was on. We are less than 150 subs from passing producer Coop, and here's the deal. I'm going to make a deal with you guys. For every single sub we get on this video, I'm going to give producer Coop one punchy. Will,
all right,
you got me?
All right.
Okay.
Writing that down.
One
yes, sir.
punchy per sub that we get on this video. Let's pass Falcons. We're the #1 Saints channel. I mean, we got my guy Will Scott over here. We're here.
It's about time we got some Louisiana boys on the program, right?
Absolutely. Guys, no, seriously, subscribe. We bring the best Saints news and rumors. Daily updates almost. We're trying to get it to daily videos. More subs, more videos. Please hit the sub button or go to your browser, youtube.com/SaintsTV. I'll flash it on the next graphic for you.
Absolutely. Hit that big red sub button if you want to stay in the loop. We're the best New Orleans Saints channel on YouTube. So subscribe right now if you haven't already. And so let's get into this. The winners of rookie minicamp, starting with Abram Smith, who I think Trace and I will agree, probably the best undrafted free agent that the Saints brought in. I mean, this guy was supposed to be an early day 3 pick. In fact, The Athletic had him as a projected 4th-round pick, 10th best running back in this draft class. He goes undrafted. You're going to have a couple of surprise guys like that are supposed to get drafted around 4, around 5, that don't get drafted. Abram Smith, one of those guys, and normally when you are one of those guys, you're going to have a decent shot of making the team. He did get over $200,000 in guaranteed money in his UDFA contract. So that alone makes him a winner of rookie minicamp, and no surprise, but he's really stood out and emerged as one of the best players at this minicamp. So we have him marked down as a minicamp winner and marked down right now as RB5 on this depth chart. Now, when you consider what the Saints have at running back right now, you have Kamara suspended, so that adds some question marks. So you did bring back Mark Ingram. He was with the Texans last season. Now, looking at Dwayne Washington, he only had 20 carries the last 3 seasons. So maybe Abram Smith has a shot of making this team. And then you look at what he did at Baylor. Over 1,600 yards, 12 touchdowns. He set the Baylor single-season rushing record, had 9 100-yard games, 12 touchdowns for the Baylor Bears. So let me ask you, will Abram Smith see the field this year? Type P for player, type S for sit down in the comments. It's the pinned comment on today's video, so go down and let me know when an ad break comes. Talking about another winner of Saints training camp, and that's Trevor Penning. And, Penning was a guy when the Saints had the 16th overall pick. They obviously traded up for Chris Olave. A lot of people were projecting him 16th overall to the Saints. He falls to 19, and the Saints still get their guy to be the left tackle of the future, Trace.
Yeah, so I was a big fan of this pick because, at the end of the day, when we looked at how the draft was falling, we saw Charles Cross, we saw Ike Mekwonu, we saw Evan Neal, all of the obvious options at offensive line, offensive tackle.
They needed that badly with Armstead leaving.
Yes, Teron Armstead leaving for Miami, through free agency. Obviously, it hurts. So this was a big position of need, and fortunately, on the depth chart, we have Ryan Ramczyk. We also do have James Hurst that can plug and play, but for right now, I think that Trevor Penning really can do well on the left side of the offensive line, and through minicamp, Dennis Allen has also said that he's been very, very impressive.
Now, I think Saints fans, some of them at least, were hitting the panic button a little bit when Armstead left for Miami, and that wasn't necessarily unexpected that Teron Armstead left in free agency. But now I think you feel a lot better if you're the Saints about what this offensive line looks like right now. We mentioned Ramczyk as an option at left tackle. Because you drafted Penning, Ramczyk now a very good fit at the right tackle position. This depth chart, I think, looks pretty solid, T-Money.
Yeah, and, if you listen to any of the interviews from Dennis Allen after rookie minicamp day 1 and 2, he actually had a lot of really good things to say about Trevor Penning. And, the first thing being that he's going to be starting off on the left side of the offensive line. I think this is a really, really good opportunity for him to grow and really, learn the offense, learn what it takes to be a New Orleans Saint, how to fill the legiondary position of Teron Armstead.
It's not an easy job.
No, those are very big shoes to fill. And so I think that's why it's a really, really interesting, exciting thing for him to be able to participate in these mini camps and really show out as well as he has. He did have really good PFF numbers coming from UNI, but at the end of the day, not that high of or high quality competition. He, has a little bit of a aggressive, attitude, which I personally really, really like. But that being said, that can result in a lot of penalties, which is also why I think it's totally okay that Ryan Ramczyk can play on the right side. I think that you have that leadership with Ryan Ramczyk. He has the ability, and he knows how to play on the right side of the offensive line, that I think it will really, really allow Trevor Penning to mold and become the offensive tackle of the future for the New Orleans Saints. I'm curious as to what you think, Will.
Well, you're absolutely right. I agree. I really like Penning. I think he was up there with being one of my favorite, not just tackles, but offensive linemen in this entire draft. But that's obviously a big job for him and big shoes to fill. Big job especially because you have Jameis coming off of that nasty, gruesome knee injury. You got to keep Jameis healthy. The Saints were 5-2 last year when Jameis went down. Very important that Jameis starts every game this year because I want to see what he can do and see if he can prove himself as a franchise quarterback.
Yeah, absolutely. And, Jameis is a game changer at the end of the day. And, we'll be breaking down the Drew Brees rumors and stuff here later. And so,
be sure to stay tuned for that. Yeah,
absolutely. Turn on noties. Make sure you sub for that. But at the end of the day, I think Jameis is a game changer. And if Trevor Penning and Ryan Ramczyk can hold down the offensive line on the tackle positions, man, I think you have nothing but good outcomes for Jameis Winston this upcoming season.
Trace, how excited are you, man? I want to get our subs down in the comments as well. Scale it 1 to 100. How excited are y'all for the 2022 season? Trace, what are your thoughts?
If I could put 105, I would. I wrote the question, so I'm going to say 105 because I can break the rules in my own game, right? That's 100%, how that works, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So at the end of the day, I'm going to say 105, 100 realistically. But, Will, what about you, man? You're a Louisiana guy.
Man, I'm up there. It's in the 90s for me, 93, 94, because think about how close the Saints were to making the playoffs last year. An unfortunate break with the 49ers coming back in that game. So you don't have Sean Payton back, and right, that's going to be a big question mark. The quarterback position still a little bit of a question mark. I really like Jameis, but the bottom line is with the draft, this football team got a lot better, I think. And you have a 9-8 team that's improved in a pretty weak NFC. This Saints team can absolutely make a playoff run, which is why I'm excited. Will Lucas Krull be a part of that playoff run? That's the question. Undrafted free agent out of Pitt. Trace, I actually got to see this guy play a couple times in person. I went to Syracuse University, covered the ACC, called games in the ACC. So this guy really stood out to me. And, he doesn't really fill up the stat sheet. He had 451 yards, 6 touchdowns. So a pretty solid tight end at Pitt. But he's also a great blocking tight end, someone that is very reliable in that area as well. he just officially signed a contract a few days ago, so that definitely makes him a rookie minicamp winner. And taking a look at this depth chart right now, certainly has a chance to make the team. Taysom Hill, not expected to play a whole lot of quarterback this next season, going to be more of a tight end in this Saints offense. So let me ask you, will Krull make the 53-man roster? Undrafted free agent out of Pitt. Has already become somewhat of a fan favorite with the Saints. Type your wife for yes or you're in for no down in the comments section. I think I would bet on Krull making the team, and you can bet at chatsports.com/bet. Promo code CHAT125 for a 125% deposit bonus. So that means if you put $100 in, you're going to get 125 additional free cash to bet with. Taking a look at these title odds, unfortunately the Pels no longer on this, but you have the Warriors as the title favorites, the Dallas Mavericks, who just stunned the Phoenix Suns in the Western Conference semifinals, fourth best odds at 650. So it's interesting when you look at this, who to bet on. I think I would bet on the Celtics personally at plus 200. You can go make your bet at chatsports.com/bet. Promo code CHAT125. Taking a look at rookie minicamp losers, Chris Olave. And you may be saying, Will, Trace, why'd you put Chris Olave on this list? This is why. Chris Olave is saying, it's been good, man. Rookie minicamp's been good. Just getting used to the weather and getting used to the heat and being in a new atmosphere and a new environment. So, look, don't freak out. It's not a big deal we're putting Chris Olave on this list. We're just having some fun here, me and Trace. He's a loser because he's still getting used to the heat in New Orleans. Trace and I, Louisiana is a second home for us. We're pretty used to the heat down there in New Orleans. So Chris Olave played ball at Ohio State. Now down in New Orleans, still trying to get used to the heat in New Orleans. It'll happen. It will certainly take some getting used to. Luckily for him, the Saints play in a dome. Type 12 to show some love to Chris Olave. I think we're all excited about the first-round pick out of Ohio State. Going to be huge in the Saints offense in year one. Talking about another loser, linebacker Joel DeBlanco, who actually just got cut. So that's why he's a loser. Undrafted free agent, linebacker out of Cincinnati, led Cincinnati in tackles last year. And look, this guy can play. I mean, think about all of the talent that came out of that Cincinnati team last year, specifically on the defense. Kobe Bryant, Sauce Gardner. This guy was the leader of that defense, a team captain, led the team in tackles, so was a big part of that Cincinnati defense that went to the college football playoff. Unfortunately for him, he's no longer a member of the Saints after being signed as an undrafted free agent, so pretty short stint with New Orleans, getting cut at the end of rookie minicamp. Taking a look at this linebacker depth chart, DeMarco Jackson is a guy that I think I'm really excited about. I think Trace would agree. Fifth-round pick out of Appalachian State. I think there's a lot of value taking him there. So that being said, there's just no room for DeBlanco, right? And that's why they cut ties right now. And honestly, that might be decent for DeBlanco. He wasn't going to make this team. Now he can go find another team, sign somewhere else, go participate in the preseason/training camp there. Might have a better chance at making another roster. Another loser of minicamp, Cole Cabral, a center. And I feel bad for this guy, man. This guy's been cut 4 times. Spent time on the Rams, the Texans, the Vikings practice squad, most recently the Saints practice squad. 3-year start at Arizona State. Had a good career with the Sun Devils, but unfortunately it just hasn't panned out for him in the NFL. I don't think he has much of a chance of making this team. Did sign a futures contract with the Saints back in January. So certainly a name to monitor as we kind of project the roster here for the Saints, but a loser, I think, of minicamp. Give us a like on this video if you're excited about the rookies. That's my guy Chris Olave right there. Number 12, Smoke Monday, best name in the National Football League already. He hasn't even played a snap yet. Trevor Penning, first-round pick. If you're excited about this rookie class, which I think all the Hoodats are, give us a like on this video. If you're excited about the Saints 2022 season, the Saints will certainly be up there with the Buccaneers in the division, way ahead of the Falcons and the Panthers. They're so bad. The Falcons and the Panthers suck. Excited? Then type Hoodat in the chat. Hoodat Nation, going to be a good year, man. And hit that big red sub button. Talk to you again soon, Saints fans.